The first thing Marcus noticed was her smile. It wasn't just familiar, it was hauntingly identical. The cafe lights reflected in her eyes the same way they once did in his late wife's, and for a trembling second, he forgot time existed. His heart, still fragile from years of grief, slammed against his ribs as if reminding him he was still alive. But grief is a strange companion. It whispers when you least expect it. A simple blind date arranged by a coworker turned into the most emotionally terrifying moment of his life, because sitting across from him was a woman who looked almost exactly like the love he buried 2 winters ago, and he wasn't ready for the storm her presence would bring. Before we go deeper into this unbelievable journey, if you believe in kindness, second chances, and the mysterious ways life works, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Your support means everything. Marcus lived in North Carolina, in a small, quiet suburb where neighbors still waved from their porches and children rode bicycles in circles until sunset. His life revolved around one person, his 6-year-old daughter, Chloe. Since his wife, Sarah, passed away after a sudden illness, Marcus became both mother and father, protector and nurturer, comforter and guide. His world shrank, but his love grew stronger, pouring like warm sunlight over the little girl who had her mother's soft laugh and her father's stubborn spirit. Every night Marcus prayed for strength to do right by her. Every morning he hid his loneliness behind routines: breakfast, school drop-off, work, dinner, bedtime stories. And somewhere along the way, his heart learned to survive in pieces. His coworker Tom insisted that Marcus needed a fresh start, or at least a tiny window to let light in. "Just one date," Tom said. "No commitments, just talk." Marcus resisted for months, but loneliness isn't always loud. It's quiet, sitting like a ghost in empty chairs in silent evenings. Finally, he agreed. What he didn't expect was the shock waiting for him. The woman's name was Anna. She had warm brown hair, freckles across her nose, and the exact gentle softness Sarah had. Not a copy, just a presence that echoed something deep inside him. Marcus tried to breathe normally as Anna talked about her job as an elementary school art teacher. The cafe's air smelled like cinnamon and roasted coffee, but Marcus barely tasted anything. His mind drifted between past and present, between love and loss. He wasn't sure if this was a cruel miracle or a blessing disguised as pain, but as she spoke, he noticed little differences. Anna's hands moved when she spoke, her eyes lit up brighter, and her laughter had a spark that wasn't Sarah's. Slowly, Marcus began to separate the ghosts from the living. For her part, Anna sensed something broken inside Marcus, a softness behind the walls he built. She didn't push questions. She shared stories, smiled often, and spoke with such sincerity that the air between them slowly warmed. Marcus expected the date to end with goodbye and closure, but instead, he walked home with something new, a flicker of curiosity. Not hope, not yet. Just the willingness to wonder. Later that week, Marcus invited Anna to meet Chloe, not as anything serious, just a friend who loved art as much as Chloe did. They went to a local park, the kind with squeaking swings and picnic tables covered in carved initials. Chloe instantly adored Anna. She painted flowers in bright colors, and Anna patiently held the paper for her when the wind tried to steal it. Marcus watched from the bench, something heavy shifting inside him. It wasn't guilt, more like acceptance. Maybe life wasn't asking him to forget Sarah. Maybe it was showing him how love changes shape but never disappears. Still, the journey wasn't easy. Some nights Marcus cried quietly after Chloe went to sleep. He felt torn between honoring his wife's memory and not denying himself the chance to be happy again. He kept Sarah's wedding ring in a wooden box by his bedside. He looked at it sometimes, not to mourn, but to remember what love truly meant: selflessness, sacrifice, and the courage to open your heart, even knowing it may break again. Anna never tried to replace anything. She respected the invisible place Sarah held. She listened when Marcus wanted to talk, and stayed silent when he needed space. She didn't ask him to move on. She simply stood beside him while he lifted his own weight. And Chloe, little, bright, innocent Chloe, became the bridge between two worlds. One night during a movie, Chloe fell asleep with her hand in Anna's. Marcus watched them together, and in that moment, he felt something powerful: peace. Months passed, and their connection deepened like roots growing underground. They spent weekends at farmers' markets, painted Chloe's room with stars and moons, and took long drives along the Carolina coast where the ocean spoke in waves that sounded like forgiveness. Marcus realized he didn't need to erase the past to embrace the future. Love wasn't a replacement, it was an expansion. But the real turning point happened one evening when Anna found Marcus sitting alone on the porch. The sun had dipped into a soft purple horizon, and he held Sarah's ring in his hand. He told Anna everything: his fears, his guilt, the nights he felt he was betraying the woman who gave him his daughter. Anna didn't interrupt. Tears rolled down her cheeks, not from pain but from empathy. When he finished, she said softly that loving someone new doesn't mean you stop loving the ones who shaped your soul. It means your heart learned to carry more. And under the fading sky, Marcus finally believed it. Their story grew in slow, gentle layers, not dramatic fireworks, but a quiet rebuilding. Anna became part of their everyday life, not the center, not the replacement, but a warm second heartbeat in their home. Chloe called her Miss Anna for a long time until one day, without thinking, she called her Mama. Anna, while reaching for her hand, Marcus froze, tears burning his eyes. Anna hugged Chloe, and Marcus knew that life had brought someone not to erase his loss but to honor the love that existed before it. Time doesn't heal everything, but it teaches you how to live with the things it can't fix. And in that acceptance, Marcus discovered something he once thought impossible: joy that didn't feel like betrayal. If this story touched your heart, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Your support helps these emotional stories reach more people who need them. Before the ending, tell me in the comments, do you believe love can happen twice in one lifetime? Years later, Marcus still visits Sarah's resting place. Every spring he brings Chloe and Anna with him. He tells stories of the woman who taught him how to love first, and he holds hands with the woman who taught him how to love again. The wind moves softly through the trees like a whispered blessing, and Marcus realizes the truth he once feared: love isn't a single chapter, it's a book with many pages. Some are painful, some are beautiful, but all are worth reading. And sometimes a blind date isn't a disaster. It's the beginning of a miracle you never expected.